Hey guys, I'm Dupree, and today I'm going to be talking to you about power shots. Now, power shots usually occur in position where you need to get the ball on the complete other side of the table, and you have to go in an opposite direction. So this is a good little example to start out with. We're on the 9 ball, and we want to shoot the 10 next. The 10's way down here, and the 9 ball's way up there on the other side of the table. Now, we have a few options to do this. We can use some backspin, play off of this rail, and come up here for the 10. Or we can play with high left and go 1, 2, 3 around for the 10. Now, the thing with power shots, you really need to take your time and make sure your aim is directly on point. Also, if you choose the forward route, you need to make sure that you have enough compensation for the English. Whenever you use a lot of left English, like we would in that case, the cue ball tends to go out to the right. So you need to change your aim a little bit. So you want to make sure you have that. You want to have a good stance and a good follow through when you're shooting really hard at a ball. And you want to know the side of the pocket that will accept the ball the most. And what I mean by that is if you shoot this slowly, you can hit this rail and still make it. It can glance off that rail and still make it, but if you shoot it hard, it will bounce off that rail, rattle, and go all around the place. But if you shoot it soft over here, you'll make it. If you shoot it hard over here, you'll make it. So we know we have to make it directly in that pocket. We cannot hit that long rail pretty much at all. So let's go ahead and try the topspin version. It takes a few tries to get the shot exactly down. It takes a few repetitions. And we almost got there. You see, we were pretty close, so that tells us that we need to hit a little bit harder. But our aim was on point. So let's put that ball back roughly where it was. And just to show you what spin we're using here on the forward route, let me pull out the IQ. I can find it. Here it is. It was next to me the whole time. The IQ, we're using high left. So way up here above center and to the left, around here, and we're hitting with a loose wrist. So we're just popping that cue ball. I don't know why it jumped into the rail, but it shouldn't have done that. If it didn't do that, we would have made it, but there it is. Now we're perfect on our 10 ball. We got close to a scratch. Now we have a straight in shot on this 10. Cannot be missed. So let's move on to the next shot. The next shot is going to be kind of the same setup. Let's say again we're going from 9 to 10. And we have a shot like this. We have a little cut angle. And we're close to the side pocket. Usually it occurs near this side pocket. In the middle of the table roughly. So you have a few options. You can go forward, but the problem with that is that scratch right there. You see you can go forward, but you see how close you come to that? We got a good shot here, but we did bam bam. And you like to stay away from that as much as you can. So what I'm going to show you is a little bit of bottom right. Now this shot does come close to the side just a little bit. It comes around this diamond right here if you shoot it correctly. So that's what we're going to try to do. It's low left spin, and that will pocket this ball here. This cue ball will do a little bit of a hook and then come back here. You need to watch out for the side pocket. Don't use too much draw. If you come into the side pocket or below the side pocket, below would be fine, but we like to come above just for safety. If you do go below it or into it, you're using too much draw and not enough side English. So we're going to be hitting around this diagonal line, at the bottom of this diagonal line right here, with a very loose wrist. Again, it may take a few tries to compensate for that English. I haven't shot much of these on our table, but let's... Just like that. Just like that, we get back, and now we have a shot on this 10 ball, which is way better than risking this scratch right here. We ended up in the same place where we did our follow shot right there. So that, in my opinion, is a good attempt. So let's move on to the next shot. This next shot will just be a plain power draw. Power draws can be fairly difficult. Power draws, in my opinion, a power draw is at least a table length, maybe 3/4 of a table length. But this draw shot right here, we're on this 9. We need to get back to the 10. There aren't a lot of ways to do this. I guess you could try to just take the easy shot and then take the hard shot on the 10. This shot would require a lot of left English, and it's very difficult. You can just leave it hanging in the pocket for your opponent, which is something you never want to do. So let's put this back around there. So this shot I'm going to show you again is low left, and that will take the ball again off of this rail and just spin it down there. That running English just really just makes that ball take off down in that direction. So we need a level cue. Now this one we don't have to worry about aim a lot, because this usually occurs on straight in shots. Because if you had an angle going this way, let's say you had an angle going this way, then you can just spin your cue ball down there naturally. And if you had an angle going this way, then you have like 3 different routes to spin your cue ball down that way. So, let's empty that out so the ball doesn't jump out. We are straight in, which will pretty much always be the case for this shot. So have a level cue, a loose wrist, and a really good follow through. And we're going to hit fairly hard with a little bit of low left. And that just takes that cue ball and spins it over in that direction. So that spin right there would be if you take this 1 and slid it down. So around here is where we contacted that ball. And that's left us with a really good looking 10 ball. Very easy. Anyone can make that shot just because of that power draw right there. So let's move on to the next shot. So this next one is a pretty different setup. This one is a power topspin shot. So you have a couple different options to get on this 10 ball. You can try to draw back and go a few rails and spin out this direction. But you see, you can mess up. Leave yourself that tough cut shot with a ton of English, that can happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot with a bunch of topspin, a bunch of top left, way over here, even above this circle right here. As much topspin as you can put on the ball with a really loose wrist. And what's going to happen is we're going to pop that 6 into the corner. Cue ball's coming off this rail. This topspin's going to take around here, and it's just going to spin forward. Now we want to get a lot of pop on this cue ball, just like that. Now it's not as hard as you may think. It seems a lot more difficult. Again, watch out for the scratch into the corner right after that. But it seems a lot more difficult than it really is. One thing you can do to practice it is put a ball right here. Just a little bit of an angle. Just like so. And then just keep shooting that cue ball with a ton of topspin and try to get it to scratch. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click the like button down below. If you want to be notified when I post a new video, you can click the subscribe button and then the bell icon right next to it. That will just send you an email and a notification saying that I've uploaded a new video. If you guys are interested in improving your game, I'd like to introduce you to the IQ training ball. If you're not new to the channel, you've definitely seen this before. But what this does is it leaves a little chalk mark on the cue ball's face right here when you shoot. So you can see if you're actually hitting where you think you are. It's a great tool to improve your game. A lot of people have used it and gotten better fast. So if you'd like to order one of these, you can go to www.iqclinic.com. That's ICUECLINIC.com. I'd also like to introduce you, I haven't promoted this a lot, but this is the super clear bridge right here. And this is, it just pops on a regular old house cue or any cue that you want. You can get it engraved. Mine says Dupree trick shots on it right here. Very, very, very hard to break. My bridge broke, so I didn't have a bridge. So I was lucky. Patrick Hutner sent me this. If you'd like to order one of these, they're very, very cheap. Just go on Facebook and type in handmade super clear bridges. And this is a handmade super clear bridge. You use it to jump. If you do it this way, you can shoot over a ball. You can shoot draw, center, follow, everything. This is the perfect bridge. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.